1976, Moscow, inside the American embassy, something invisible was attacking. No explosions, no bullets, no alarms. Yet day after day, a powerful microwave signal was being aimed directly at the building. At first, nobody understood what it was. Embassy employees complained of constant headaches, sleepless nights, extreme fatigue, memory problems. Some even developed serious illnesses. The strangest part, no one could see the weapon. It left no smoke, no sound, no physical evidence, only questions. For years, the United States secretly monitored the mysterious signal without telling most embassy staff it even existed. Why? Because officials feared the truth. Was the Soviet Union trying to spy on American secrets, testing a new microwave weapon, or quietly harming U.S. diplomats without firing a single shot? Even today, the real purpose of the Moscow signal remains one of the Cold War's greatest mysteries. This is the unbelievable true story of the invisible attack that lasted for decades. The Moscow signal. The story didn't begin in 1976. It had actually started almost 2 decades earlier. In the early 1950s, American technicians working inside the U.S. Embassy in Moscow noticed something unusual. Sensitive electronic equipment behaved strangely. Communication systems experienced unexplained interference. At first, they blamed faulty equipment, but the problems never disappeared. After months of testing, U.S. engineers discovered the impossible. A powerful microwave beam was striking the embassy building from outside. The signal wasn't random. It came from the same direction, day after day, year after year. Investigators traced it toward nearby Soviet-controlled buildings, but they couldn't determine its exact source. The beam was relatively weak, too weak to destroy electronics, too weak to cause immediate injury, which made the mystery even more confusing. If it wasn't powerful enough to damage equipment, why was it there? American intelligence considered several possibilities. The first theory was surveillance. Experts believed the microwave beam might activate hidden listening devices secretly planted inside the embassy walls. If true, every confidential conversation, every diplomatic meeting, and every classified discussion could be reaching Soviet intelligence. Another theory was even more disturbing. Some scientists wonder whether long-term microwave exposure could slowly affect the human body. No one knew the answer. Research on microwave radiation was still in its early stages. There were no clear safety standards, no long-term medical studies, no definite proof, only growing uncertainty. The U.S. government now faced a dangerous dilemma. If they publicly revealed the signal, the Soviets would know the Americans had discovered it. But if they kept it secret, hundreds of embassy employees would continue working inside the affected building without knowing an invisible microwave beam was passing through their offices every single day. Washington made its decision. The investigation would remain classified. Most embassy staff would never be told, and the mysterious signal continued silently through the walls. While one question remained unanswered: why would the Soviet Union spend years directing an invisible beam at a single American embassy if it served no purpose? As the investigation continued, American intelligence quietly launched one of the Cold War's most secret scientific studies. Medical teams began examining embassy employees. Not openly, but quietly. Blood samples were collected. Medical records were reviewed. Health patterns were compared. Officials wanted to know one thing. Was the Moscow signal making people sick? Some embassy workers reported constant headaches. Others struggled to sleep. Many complained of fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and unusual stress. A few diplomats developed more serious medical conditions over time, but proving the cause was almost impossible. The Cold War itself created enormous pressure, long working hours, constant surveillance, and life inside one of the world's most dangerous capitals could produce many of the same symptoms. Scientists couldn't reach a clear conclusion. Some believed the microwave exposure was too weak to cause lasting harm. Others warned that decades of continuous exposure had never been properly studied. The uncertainty became a national security problem. Inside Washington, CIA analysts, military researchers, and health experts debated the evidence for years. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union remained completely silent. It never admitted broadcasting the signal. It never explained its purpose. And every American protest was simply ignored. As technology improved, the mystery only became deeper. Engineers confirmed the signal wasn't accidental. Its frequency, its direction, and its consistency suggested careful planning. Someone was operating the beam every single day. The question was no longer whether the signal was real. The question had become, what was it really designed to do? Was it an intelligence operation, a scientific experiment, or the world's first attempt at using invisible energy as a weapon? No one could answer with certainty, and that uncertainty became the most dangerous part of the entire operation. By the late 1970s, the Moscow signal had become impossible to ignore. The United States quietly increased its investigation. More sophisticated instruments were installed inside the embassy. Every microwave transmission was carefully recorded. Scientists measured the signal's strength, its frequency, and its pattern. One fact became undeniable. The beam wasn't random. It was being deliberately aimed at the embassy. Around the same time, American intelligence uncovered another disturbing discovery. The Soviets had developed highly advanced electronic surveillance technology. Some experts believed the microwave beam wasn't designed to hurt people at all. Instead, it may have powered hidden listening devices concealed inside the embassy walls. If true, the operation was brilliant. Tiny passive bugs could remain completely silent until activated by an external microwave signal. That meant confidential diplomatic conversations, classified intelligence briefings, and sensitive negotiations could all be secretly monitored without traditional batteries or visible transmitters. It was an espionage method unlike anything the United States had seen before. But another theory refused to disappear. Some military researchers argued the signal had a second purpose, not surveillance, but experimentation. The Cold War had become a race for technological superiority. Both superpowers were secretly studying radiation, electronic warfare, and new methods of disabling an enemy without firing a single bullet. Could the Moscow signal have been testing how continuous microwave exposure affected the human body? The evidence was incomplete. The Soviet Union never admitted anything, and without direct proof, every conclusion remained an educated guess. Years passed, yet the invisible beam never stopped. The embassy remained under constant exposure, while one unsettling question continued haunting American intelligence. If this was only a surveillance tool, why keep it active for so many years? In the end, the Moscow signal was never fully explained. After decades of investigation, the United States confirmed one fact beyond doubt. The microwave beam had been deliberately aimed at the American embassy in Moscow for years. But why? Remains one of the Cold War's greatest mysteries. Some intelligence experts still believe it was an advanced surveillance system designed to activate hidden listening devices and collect America's most closely guarded secrets. Others argue it was part of a long-term experiment, testing the effects of microwave radiation on both electronics and the human body. Neither theory has ever been proven completely. When the Cold War finally came to an end, the signal disappeared. The Soviet Union collapsed. Many classified files were opened, but none of them revealed the complete truth behind the operation. Even today, historians, intelligence analysts, and former government officials continue to debate its real purpose. The Moscow signal remains one of the few Cold War operations where the evidence is real, but the final answer is still missing. It was an invisible attack, with no explosions, no battlefield, no official declaration of war. Yet for decades, it silently targeted one of the most important American buildings inside the Soviet Union. Sometimes, history's most dangerous weapons aren't the ones you can see. They're the ones you never realize are there until years later. The Moscow signal wasn't just a mystery of the Cold War. It was a warning that the most powerful attacks can be completely invisible. If you enjoy true stories of secret intelligence operations, Cold War mysteries, and declassified history, subscribe to Story Nest.